You're live. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Cruisin the Planet. I believe this is the number 15.
What?
1 second. I made a mistake already. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Cruisin the Planet, episode 15. Today we are joined by...
Cole.
And...
Jake.
Today, also me, Ethan. I messed it up. Oh, man. I set so much stuff up this time, and then I messed a couple of things up. But
It's
That
all
music,
good.
though.
it's officially March.
Yes.
We did it. It's lucky season, right?
Yeah,
March
it is. It's
Okay.
lucky.
It's lucky season.
It's also
It's...
alcohol
it?
season.
Oh, no.
But, like,
And
Really?
it's basketball season.
how many people really, like, take part in that besides just...
St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah,
Oh.
Anyone who with an excuse to drink, right?
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, if you don't like drinking,
I-
that's cool. But
I
like,
was told, like, people with Irish heritage are just, like, stupid Americans. Like, what are you doing?
I need you to restructure that sentence. Because part of me is like, you said that wrong.
Well, okay.
No, Cole. Let me walk you through what you said real quick. You went, because part of me has been told the Irish people, stupid Americans. And then you stopped.
yeah, like it's like you're calling Irish people stupid Americans. We know that's we know that's not what
I
you're
would
saying.
like to apologize for that. That's not what I'm saying. I just mumbled the middle part.
We're off
It-
to a good
It
start.
was a mistake.
Let's just restart the whole
no,
episode.
no,
We already did that
It's-
technically.
Oh,
no.
I mean, the
You're
recording,
good.
they could find
You're
it.
good. You didn't mean it. You're good. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Rephrase.
It's March. Magic season. No. Allergies. No. Lucky season.
March is the
Lucky
season.
Charms.
Lucky Charms.
Not sponsored, unfortunately.
We're officially in spring,
St.
even
Patrick's
though it
Day.
feels like winter because we live in Texas.
It
I feel like St.
It
Patrick's
is
Day
always
is just
cold
so
and rainy.
Americanized.
on Wednesdays for the entire year.
Yeah, we never do lunch with the planet.
So
I think the rain is a perfect aesthetic for a podcast like this, personally. Let's be completely real.
I mean, it is a lo-fi beats to
Okay,
like chill
We're
and study
very
to.
crazy. Okay, let the host do what he needs to do. What are we doing?
Announcements.
Okay.
It's March. First segment. Jake, Whataburger story.
Oh boy, we're getting into this one right off the bat.
Would
All
you
right.
like me to wait?
No, I'm good. Okay, so
This one is so messed
What
up.
happened?
as
Oh,
most people
Whataburger.
listening here, most of you are Texan, and most people know that like Whataburger's like a Texas thing.
I
You
mean,
know?
it's in. Where is it at?
That's
It
It's
is
in a
huge
lot of
thing.
places.
That's a new thing, though.
Like it recently branched out of
Here.
Texas. Like there's a Whataburger
I'll
on
pull
like,
it up, Jake. You keep going.
There's like a Whataburger on the panhandle of Florida. I know that much because I have friends who live in Florida. But it is other places. But Whataburger is very much has almost always been like a universally Texas thing. People like who come to Texas for like foodies will go
Okay.
to Whataburger because they can't get Whataburger like anywhere else.
A couple of stats, some numbers just to keep you up to date. Alabama, 15 Whataburgers.
Yeah.
Arizona, 25. Arkansas or Arkansas, 5.
I don't think people like when you call Arkansas.
They can come and fight me in person or on Twitter. Florida, 38. Georgia, 1. Louisiana, 15. Mississippi, 8.
How many are here?
New Mexico, I'm getting to it. It's a New
building
Mexico,
up.
11. Oklahoma, 33. Texas, 680.
Oh my god!
Yeah, like Whataburger is a Texas thing.
It's a Texas thing, and anyone who thinks
And it's
otherwise is like,
Whataburger.
it's a small town like place to eat. And in Texas, it's like there's Whataburger and McDonald's and everything else.
Yes, we even have In-N-Out. Which
Yeah.
is like that's like a Cali thing. That's like exclusively California,
Is
one
it
other
really?
state in Texas.
I
think
had
so.
no
Yeah, it's
idea.
like that one's even more exclusive than Whataburger at this point. But
Yeah.
Whataburger used to be like exclusively Texas.
Yeah.
No,
Here's
it's
the
not.
thing. I'm friends with a lot of people who live outside of Texas,
Uh-huh.
mostly in Florida.
Humble brag.
Yeah, humble brag. I love doing it, flexing. Anyways, the point is that I have a friend. He's a good guy. His name is Chris. Shouts out to Chris. Anyways, this dude told me, and I genuinely think this is the case for most people who live outside of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
He told me that until this was like a couple years ago, but until recently to that conversation,
Yeah.
that I was like, I mentioned Whataburger, like I'm going Whataburger.
Yeah, like physically I'm going to go get some food from it.
Yes, he said something along the lines of like, wait, I thought that was a King of the Hill place.
Oh, yeah.
He genuinely, like, here's the thing. Because of King of the Hill, people
Mhm.
outside of Texas know what Whataburger is, but all of them think it's like fictional.
Yeah.
It's not a real place.
Like Sad Clam Bar.
Yeah,
Stuff
or
like that.
or like I'm trying to think like what's the name of it? Like Megalomart,
Okay.
which is like the Walmart equivalent in
Uh-huh.
King of the Hill.
Or Hot Topic.
Yeah, like Hot Topic.
Hot Topic, is this real?
No, it's not.
No.
I refuse to accept it being real.
Y2K removed Hot Topic
I
from
think-
reality, and we all agreed we were never going to go back there
Here's the thing.
because it oohed its last woo.
No, here's the thing about Hot Topic. The stores
Stop.
the stores still exist, but they're all clearly a drug running front.
No, they're not. That Mattressvilles are.
Yes to that, but just because Mattress
Not Mattressville, but just like
listen,
I've gone through small towns that have had like 4 different mattress stores.
Why?
You tell me.
no, here's the thing. I agree with you on the mattress store thing,
There's a lot
but
of sleeping
same
going
thing
on.
applies to Hot Topic. It's just for more.
No, Hot Topic has turned into the uwu anime spot. Used to be like blinky lights, hard to see, everything was black and white checker pattern when I used to shop there.
I've never shopped at Hot Topic.
Because I'm a skater kid, and I'm edgy like that.
Hot Topics where you get all your fan stuff.
Exactly. Now it's all like ever since I think
Those
it was
body pillow covers and stuff.
Dakimakuras.
No, you can't.
They're called Dakimakuras, and I own one.
You can't, Jake. You don't have to hurt yourself like that.
I hurt myself all the time by my diet.
I'm gonna,
I already hurt
I'm-
myself with my beginning sentence, so I'm just gonna
This-
keep going down.
the bad episode.
No, this is the best episode. Ethan, stop trying to like undercut. You're doing a great job.
We're all
Hey.
You're
tired.
doing a great job.
We're all
I'm
probably
Probably
hungry.
doing a great job.
I don't know.
No, I ate.
You ate.
Yeah,
I ate
I
junk.
made ramen.
Oh,
I ate-
I did eat.
I ate
Actually.
Oreos and string cheese. I'm
I
on
It
also
was
had
tacos and
Oreos.
D-Hop.
Jake, you're on a riot over there. I learned something about Jake today. That was
Yeah.
good. I realized the entire reason why he's on Twitter because he was a 4chaner.
Yeah.
But not only just like any 4chaner, he was just there for to watch the panic.
No.
He's a velocity junkie.
I love the panic. I'm on Twitter mainly for the panic. 4chan, I engaged. And I can
see.
tell you from my experience from back when I was on 4chan to now, God, it was bad then, but it's
Yeah.
just, it's not even fun bad now. It's just watching a bunch of like children like smear crayon on the wall. They really should
Wild.
enforce their plus 18 rule a bit better.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, what do you do? It's the internet.
Yeah, I mean, it's all anonymous. It's kind of hard
Is
to
that
do
your,
that.
Jake, hold on. Is that your Whataburger story though?
No.
What?
Yes. My Whataburger story was about me talking with my boy Chris
Yeah.
and him telling me, yeah, that was my Whataburger story.
Okay.
You made the biggest deal last week. Right? Like I hit stop on the recording. Like we went off. And you were like, Ethan, I have to tell you about the Whataburger story only if I'm here though. And I was like, cool. I wrote it into my show notes. I was anticipating it. I for certain thought you like got a felony
I wish, man.
in a Whataburger
I'm
or
sorry,
something.
I'm
It's
such
lost
a
its
disappointment.
All right.
God.
It lost its sizzle. Like I think you were like really passionate about it, and then just like it's been a week.
Yeah, I guess.
I get it.
You know what? It's been a long week actually.
It's midterm time.
Yesterday felt like Thursday.
You didn't know what day it was.
Today felt like Thursday.
Yeah.
Today is Wednesday. We record this podcast on a Wednesday.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He believes me.
So hairless pets. What are
Yeah.
our
Oh
thoughts?
my gosh. I'm
Moving
just
on.
getting away with bullying you all
No,
day
keep it
today.
up. Keep it up.
Cole's
Keep doing it. I'm not going to say the phrase I said later because AJ might be watching and he doesn't like when I say the phrase.
But Cole's been bullying me all day. you
Keep
guys.
doing it.
I helped her out today.
I
I've
love
been nothing
being
but useful.
bullied and I love to bully.
And Cole has just been on me.
I don't
all
even remember
day.
all the stuff that I've said.
I want to save the actual, like, what we
Yeah,
were
but-
talking about, that actual, like, topic of, like, the flags and stuff. I want to save when Jake is on again
Yeah.
with you, because that would be a cool thing. I want to get your opinion on
'Cause
a
I'm a
bunch
flag
of stuff.
guy.
Because you're a flag guy, and it's your community.
Yeah, you just got to be a little bit careful.
I will criticize whatever flag you throw onto my field.
See, but he's going to criticize it, not the movement, but by,
Yes,
like, what it
yes.
looks
Yeah,
at.
there's
okay?
flags made by horrible people that are really good. The ISIS flag is like masterful, like vexillology design. Terrible people though.
Mm.
Bad
they have a-
message, right?
They have a very bad message.
But
Bad
good
people.
graphic designers.
Super good flag.
Mm.
So,
Apparent. I'll tell you later about the flag situation.
Okay.
Sorry. Sorry.
I'm drained. And you know what else drains me?
What?
Corporate Twitters.
Yeah, I don't follow them. I've been thinking
Anyone
of just
interacted with them?
Corporate Twitters.
no.
Corporate Twitters. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I really don't like blocking people on Twitter. I think it's cowardly.
Oh.
I have
block people?
probably like five to 8 people blocked, and they're just like corporate accounts and people who have promoted so many times on my thing to where I'm like,
yeah. Just
you're coming
spam-
up so much.
spam.
Yeah, you're coming up so much, or your message is so obnoxious that I'm like, I don't get out of here. I've been just thinking of
Yeah.
blocking all of corporate Twitter,
Mhm.
because number one, they're not people. They're manned by people, but they're not people.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of just blocking them.
So are there particular ones that you're talking about?
I've been contacted personally by 2.
Okay.
I blocked the Coffee Mate people because I didn't want to see a flossing gingerbread man during Christmas. It's
I would appreciate it.
During
you didn't see it as
Yeah.
much as me. Every time I saw it, I was like, okay, I see what you're doing. It's bad. Whatever. I kept seeing it. That flossing gingerbread man, give me some milk. I'm going to kill it.
Okay.
I'm going to kill it.
the Loud Jake episode.
Sorry. That's why I had to.
No, you're good. Like, I appreciate the mic control, Jake. You've come a long way from your meandering days.
You better believe it. I'm really loud. But I know I blocked
want it
Coffee
now?
Mate. I blocked this one company trying to defend fracking.
That ain't good.
Let me see if I can find.
You kidding me?
Yeah, I was like a.
Defend fracking.
Yeah, like I can see the pros and cons of it, but like they were doing it in such a like oh
in
the
your
pe-
face way.
well, not even like in your face way. It was like it was basically trying to paint them as losers in a way that felt forced and like they didn't have an argument in favor of fracking.
What's up?
I don't know, man. I was like, I'm done with you.
Oh, how like fracking was the underdog or something?
Yeah. Well, not even that fracking was the
Trying
underdog.
to make themselves.
No, not that they were trying to make themselves the underdog. It was like they're trying to make the people who are against it look like unrational.
Oh, nah,
Oh.
that's a slippery slope,
I-
Chief, because
I-
you're fighting everyone then.
I blocked that guy. I blocked let's see. I blocked Coffee Mate. I blocked Flo from Progressive. I was tired of her stuff. I blocked Ellen. I didn't like seeing her on my timeline. I blocked a lot of
Wow.
really bad anime like meme bots that just kept going everywhere.
Mm.
Oh yeah, the last 3 I blocked. Like, I mentioned about how like when I got my Steam account stolen, someone stole all my items, and I made a tweet about it. How it ticked me off.
Yeah.
You know, and like I mentioned, like the only things he played were TF2, CS:GO, and Dota. And since I did that, a couple of bots messaged me like about it was like, about the CS:GO stuff. I'm interested. Please tell me your Steam username. And I'm like,
Yeah. like I lost my stuff.
I have nothing, and I lost my stuff.
I
Like,
just lost it all.
go. You're a robot. Please leave.
Oh man, bot
So
calls are bad too.
I blocked those. I blocked a couple of political accounts that were just constantly in my feed all the time, and I didn't want to get them. But yeah, that's it.
Interesting. So these are you're blocking these accounts on the in your face nature of their
Yes, if I'm
promoted
seeing
their
them-
promotion material.
If I'm seeing them all the time,
yeah.
Oversaturate.
okay. There's two ways
What's up?
I'll block an account. One, if it's like in my face all the time, and 2, if it's someone who I think would try and mass report me, because I used to have a huge list of like accounts that were like dedicated purely to like reporting people they didn't like mass. And if you
Yeah.
like, you can really easily get like banned off Twitter if someone goes through your stuff, finds a tweet that you made a long time ago but still violates the terms of service. They can report that and go. I'll block those people so they don't go snooping around on my thing without my permission.
Yeah, the DDoxers.
Yeah, I don't like people like that. I think I usually block people like that, and if it seems like their accounts got reported and someone took the username, I'll unblock.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
I try not to block people because, like I said, I think it's cowardly.
So I'm not talking more so on the blocking end, just in the fact that, like, I have had 2 instances very recently, within the last couple of months, I'd say, where a Twitter for a business has contacted me over a tweet that I have made. Like a personal tweet. Like, they have no idea that I run the Twitter account for the station, I think. There's no, like, connections in anything.
We don't have anywhere that says that you do.
Yeah. This is the only confirmation is whenever I've said it, like, 3 times.
They say that they can, like, figure out the IP of one account and connect that with another. I don't know how true that is. But
why
the
would they go out of the way for that?
Well, like, the IP of a Twitter account doesn't really attach anything to it because I like... Perhaps I am, like, secretly an influencer. Like, I don't even know how influential I am.
You have to use that for evil.
What?
You have to use your power.
I do send a lot of art. One of them was, like, a restaurant way back in Fort Worth that was, like, show us this tweet, get a free spring roll. Because I typed in, like, my tummy has the rumblies. That was, like, my tweet, I think. And they were just like, you want free food? And I was like, I mean, yeah. Like, I responded to them. I was like, yeah, I'll take free food. And they were like, show up with this tweet, we'll give you a spring roll. And I was like, where are you at? And they were like, south of Fort Worth. And I was like, no.
It's like, it's not free at that point.
That's a $20 spring roll in gas.
Yeah. It's like.
That's a snack for the way back home.
Yeah.
And then another time,
interesting,
we had tried to order McDonald's on DoorDash.
Dude.
We wanted McDonald's breakfast.
That's the good stuff. Bless you.
Excuse me. What's up?
The DoorDash fee for McDonald's is like the price of like a whole meal.
Yeah, but we were sick.
Okay.
Like, this was my significant other and I. We were sick over the weekend, and we were like, we're hungry, but we don't want to go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
and we're like, McDonald's DoorDash breakfast, and she just turns to me and she's like, yeah. So then I tried to order it, and it was like, you can order it for tomorrow. And I was like, McDonald's, you have failed us for the second time. Because I then showed up and, like, got the food, and they're like, we're out of the Shamrock Shake. That's when I tweeted.
Parker went the same day. He loves that.
Yeah. Because, like, and that's when I tweeted. I was like, McDonald's, you failed us for the second time. And they're like, McDonald's corporate.
Oh my
30 minutes later, ran me up and was like, give us your location and what the problem is, and we will fix it. And I just left it.
Whoa.
No, you should have totally.
You should have responded.
No, you should have totally made it hard
them,
for those minimum wage workers.
I'm not getting people fired because a corporation needs to save face. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No, but what if they were, like, legit? Like, what if they wanted to know?
You were giving a lot of faith to corporations,
yeah.
Cole. Oh, my God.
I'm getting...
Cyberpunk exists for a reason, Cole.
Okay, so I'm a public relations, like, major. This is what my career will be in.
Yes.
So
helping the bad guy. Don't even get upset. You understand how much you gave me today?
Well, there's
2
someone
slices
behind...
of bologna, Jake.
There's someone behind that tweet actually wanting to help the client experience.
This was an aggressive tweet, brother.
It was?
It was quick and, like, perfect punctuation. Like,
Did you at
there was
McDonald's?
no, like, No, they look it up.
They found me.
No, they do look it up. I will assure you. Like, you mention a company by name without adding them, they will find you.
Dang.
Wow, they're ruthless.
Why don't they listen when you actually want answers about stuff?
I don't know, man. They're just trying to get their employees fired, especially in this town.
Yeah.
I've had friends working for McDonald's, and they just start taking you off schedules.
That's okay. That's what businesses do in this town.
Yeah.
Like, multiple,
Mm.
not just McDonald's.
That's just how college towns work, I think. Quit sort of rolling you
But
out.
I also don't think a manager should be able to say, I don't like college students and I can't hire college students in a town run by college students.
I see like the problem because I've worked with some bad college students and they like make it difficult for everyone.
Yeah.
But also like,
That's going to
You're
be
painting
your
with a
working.
broad brush.
and I live here.
Yes.
Like I will soon be a poor, like a homeless. I have at one point been a homeless resident here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like I will move. I can like stop being a college student. Does that make it easier for you to keep me hired? Because that's like, I don't negotiate with blackmail like that. I don't play
Mhm.
ultimatums
Yeah.
that way. I don't work at CC's anymore.
We calling some brands out.
Yeah, let's
Probably need to move away from that one.
let's call some more brands out.
Nah.
Coffee Mate, stop showing me a dabbing gingerbread man.
I
I'm
thought he
still
was
blocked.
flossing.
See, the
Yeah, he is
flossing.
flossing. He is flossing.
But like, I don't know. The
So
thing
legit,
is like,
I actually was thinking like
Was it?
flossing at first. You know what I'm talking
so you think that he hold up, Cole? I'm gonna walk you through
I
this
mean,
step
I
by
know
step.
what he meant, but
No,
the
no.
first thing in my
Cole?
brain was teeth.
Cole, hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk you through this real quick, okay? So when Jake said that, you thought gingerbread man, bathroom mirror, pulls his gums up, reveals his gingerbread teeth, which
I
are
would-
also made of gingerbread,
I
mind
would.
you.
Yeah, that's you're gonna cut them with the floss, but then no, I
Pulls
wouldn't.
out his floss.
Gingerbread is very like. Yes.
Nah,
and just chips his tooth right off.
nah. That I would think that's funny.
Starts-
I would retweet
starts
it.
starts like bleeding peppermint.
Oh yeah, that
like,
would
all
be
over his
dude.
chin.
Something that cool and edgy and
Like
violent.
Skittles yogurt boy.
I have not seen
What?
Skittles yogurt.
Oh, all right, everyone. Yeah, I'm taking everyone with us.
I gotta
Oh
move.
boy,
Skittle.
this better be grotesque. Or else I'm gonna be very
Well,
disappointed.
you know that I really am in the horror art community, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fan art of him just turned into my whole week a couple of days ago. Yogurt. Oh, here we go. Okay.
What?
Yogurt boy Skittles dips. Let's see if I can get the PC in this as well. PC is off. Boom, boom. Let's play that. See if I can get that up.
Higgins! More yogurt, boy. Creamy. Fancify the rainbow. Taste the rainbow.
Sorry to the listeners, we had a feedback problem real quick.
That was good.
Give me one. Give me 1 second. You want to play that again?
Higgins! More yogurty Skittles. Yogurt, boy. Creamy. Fancify the rainbow. Taste the rainbow.
What?
That was really good.
Okay, so that
Okay,
was yogurt
was it
Skittles
like-
boy.
Was Yogurt Skittles boy like hurting or laughing?
I think he was very clearly
in pain.
No, I think he was very clearly enjoying the experience. I don't want to say the word because I don't want to get
Let's use a different word then, Jake.
exactly. That's why I said he was clearly enjoying it.
That's weird.
Yeah,
That's weird.
yeah. You are telling me.
I also think it's weird to have yogurt covered Skittles.
Look at this little fella. Like that one. That's all right. Yeah, on the silhouette, nothing's wrong there yet. Then we get into this picture. Then this one.
Okay, so like for
then
podcast
this
viewer,
one.
like for podcast listeners, it's just
You're
like
gonna have to come onto the video.
yeah,
Cause it's
we're
a
not gonna be able to describe
it's a
this.
boy made out of like constantly flowing yogurt.
yeah. Okay. So like
Actually, I'm gonna go back to the
free-flowing white
video
yogurt.
and just frame by frame it,
he has like a face.
cause this
And
is
some
something to
eyes.
watch. Okay. Yogurt Skittles.
Remember Go-Gurt?
Go,
Oh yeah.
Go-Gurt was
Yes.
we gotta
Those little jokes.
we
that-
gotta decriminalize Go-Gurt.
Yogurt?
We gotta decriminalize Go-Gurt.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Come on. Okay. So, here we can frame by frame this. He comes in, Skittle yogurt boy, and he has this one Skittle, a long fork, and
They're called tongs, I think.
Jake, I'll
Tiny
get you. I'll
tongs?
get you.
Tweezers.
First off,
Yeah, big
He's-
tweezers. Is he in like a little?
he's
Fridge?
flowing, so he's not in the fridge. He's just looking in the fridge. This man's scared. Yeah.
This guy's like, I better
Like this,
flush-
for podcast listeners, this is the butler who's getting the Skittles for his
Yes, look it up and
master.
watch it while you're listening to us.
Yeah, look it up while you're watching it.
Like,
so
this
you've
is
got this butler's
insane to
coming in
me.
very afraid, white glove, long tongs, mind you.
Like
Does not want to be too close to this.
a foot and a half.
Yes. Skittles boy lives in like a dark room where the only light seems to be the fridge
Yeah.
and
Seem-
the lamp at the
Who
desk.
thought of this?
Seems like a pretty good place to live for a yogurt boy.
I mean,
He
Skittles always
obviously
has
is
weird
able to
commercials.
see though, because he can he's looking into light and he can turn around to he can hear and he can see.
I mean, he
if
can
you
at
look
the
at him,
very
he-
least hear.
Like, look at the flow on this. This is some laminar flow. Look at the drop right there. Y'all see that?
Got full screen it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a puddle.
No. Watch the step. Watch the step.
Okay.
Plop.
Yeah, so it's like that.
Plop.
That's pretty good.
The fluid mechanic. And look at him, like, the face on this. Boom. Like the face drop. Hang on. Okay, he's going from like standing back position and just slouches forward into it. He's like, come on. All right, man, insert Skittle with tong.
Where
It's
is
flowing on him. It's in his chest, maybe? He is moist. He's wet. He's Look, the reflections on him, though.
Why
All
did
right.
they spend so much time with this yogurt boy?
Think about he's stuck in your brain.
You're gonna want a yogurt Skittle.
I want to
No,
try them.
Actually, I don't.
Fans of the
I
show,
do.
send them in to us. Tarleton Math Building, room 138. If you can get me yogurt Skittles, I will review them on the show. 100%. We'll
Give
do
me
it.
a t-shirt.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I was not at all.
Oh, look at this face. Look at him
Yeah,
going.
that is happiness.
His face is flowing.
That
And
is
then look at that. Jump for joy.
that is a happiness.
Jump
is
for
a warm
joy.
gun face.
Oh, his face is sliding off.
He is so happy to be alive.
He's losing parts of him.
This is so weird.
This
y'all.
is really good.
And then it comes off.
Yo.
A Skittle.
Listen, I'm gonna be completely
You
real.
just ease it.
Completely real. Had zero interest in yogurt skills until I watched that commercial. Good job on the advertisement, guys. You really have convinced me to consume product.
Where did they release this first? Where
France.
did they release this? No, I mean
Like TV.
what platform?
I would assume TV,
media.
just because that's like mainstream audience of consumers, and then it slowly made its way to social medias, and then it made its way to the horror Twitter, and then that's how I found it. Because that's where I live. If you're
It just seems like such a
if you're a
social
horror
media.
artist, I will find you with my personal Twitter account, and I will hang out.
It just seems like a very social media targeted type of thing. But Skittles always has weird commercials. So
This is true.
like that commercial with the giraffe, the milking the giraffe and Skittles, right?
I don't know what you mean.
Okay. Never mind. What are we talking about?
Skittles.
Corporate Twitter. But I saw that on like their corporate thing, and I was like, that's good. Because they weren't pushing it too hard. Meanwhile, Wednesday's roast day. You all know Wendy's roast day?
Yeah, so
I know they
it sounded
roast
like
people.
you said Wednesday's roast day.
Wendy's roast
Okay,
day
I
on,
see.
on Twitter. That's like interactive. And,
Yeah.
and it's fine. And then you've got just like McDonald's finding me.
Yeah.
on my personal Twitter account
That's
that is
weird.
unattached from another Twitter account. Like, I made one referential tweet that, like, I had access to the login. It was, like, for a joke tweet, like, when I first started, I think.
Yeah. We were trying to figure out what platform, like, what kind of stuff we were going to put on it.
Yeah, when we were all, figuring out just what people reacted to. And so far, it's just been, like, production and DJ stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what we make here now.
Yep.
So maybe, but, like, that means that McDonald's had to have been in the game from day one.
I don't think they care enough about you to cut that.
But then why did they, like, hit me up when all I had tweeted was, like, McDonald's, you failed us again? That was the tweet.
I mean,
Send.
to be honest, that kind of wording can, if you were an influencer, spur into a bigger issue. So I
am I an
understand.
influencer now? I have
I
one
really-
podcast.
I really wish I was an influencer so I can dismantle the system.
But maybe that's why you aren't, Jake.
Maybe.
Being honest.
Maybe.
I'm
but,
sorry. But, like, maybe that's why.
But maybe I deserve it because I'm the only one who can save us from the dystopia that's going to soon exist when brands start talking to each other like people. Oh, wait, they already are, and it's not funny. And we're all
Yes.
eating
See?
it up.
But that's what I'm talking about, too. Like, brands talking to each other like they're people. It's like, that ain't good.
Yeah. It's like, dude.
Right? Have you seen those chains on Twitter? There's, like, Twitter chains where, like, Wendy's will say something, and then Dairy Queen will
Oh,
respond, and
yeah.
Burger King will respond to
And
that.
Steakums.
And Steakums has been doing good, though.
I mean,
I like
this
Steakums.
I don't
is
like
only people
Steakums.
talking
I like-
to people.
the
Huh?
one.
It's just people talking to people.
No, it's people talking to people, but they're acting like the corporations, though.
Yeah,
You get
it's
me?
role play.
Because
It's a
the
role
brand
play.
has a voice, and you have to.
But they're being lazy about it. Skittles, they're doing it right. Wendy's is trying something new.
Yeah, at least they're not
They're-
doing.
McDonald's attacked me.
They're
Toe Jam and
Not
Earl
very
is
good.
really good.
Oh, yeah?
Toe Jam and Earl is like the only brand Twitter account I give it like a stamp of approval.
See, however, though, like, that's a, like, product.
it's a relationship building. That's what
company.
they're trying
yeah,
to do.
no, that is true.
I understand that's what they're trying to do. I
And
just
they
think
go
there's
to their customers
there's
where
a
they're at.
correct way to do that.
It's different for every company.
Yes,
Yes.
but some companies are so big and professional already to, like, humanize themselves is a different arc. Like, I don't need to be sitting here listening to, like, a Wendy's podcast made by Wendy's. You know what I mean? That's too much. Doesn't exist yet. I know it's going to, though.
Okay, here's the thing. I understand your point on the whole humanization.
Yeah,
Whatever.
because they are only corporations, and
They-
we need to, like, respect that line, I think.
Yes, but what more and more people like, and yes, we do eat it up as a society, is the connection between a brand and consumers, and moving a brand from, oh, this thing that never talks to any small person, to now, okay, we're really listening.
Here's the problem with the way brands are doing it is they like Ethan said, they were getting lazy, but I'm gonna dissect kind of a layer further. It's not just the fact that they're being lazy about the way they're doing it. It's the fact that, like, they see, like, a trend of let's try and be relatable, and they keep doing that much long after the
Like
point.
Sunny D.
How so? I don't keep up with brand
Here,
Twitter.
I'll go pull up a couple examples, and you keep going.
Because what happens is they see, oh, this formula is working. Let's copy, like, Wendy's, who's, like, being like relatable. Every brand is doing it, and then they just keep doing that because they think they have like a certified way to, like, connect. And because they're constantly trying to they're constantly doing the same thing.
Okay.
It loses that connection because you realize, oh, brands are doing this not because they are actually people, but because they see other brands doing it, and it seems
Alright.
cool.
Yeah.
I
So,
see your
here's some
point.
examples. Like Ruffles, the chips account says when your roommate eats all the Ruffles, and then it's just like the Arthur fist.
Yeah, it's like
That's funny, yes, in the moment. However, it gets tired when you've got things like Wendy's. While it's trying to implement new 420 menus, Wendy's has stayed ahead on the game by simply having our menu. And there's like, if you close your eyes while holding a warm pancake, it's almost like holding hands with a real human. It's like, these are like shower thoughts tweets almost, but the problem is like, it's Denny's.
Okay, I understand.
Sunny D was taking it another. I think it was Sunny D. Let me try and find
Here's
it.
like the issue I have with like brands trying to be relatable is that like yes, there's an intern who's managing this account.
It's
and
not an intern.
No, it's like an actual person. Like this
like
is
that's what I'm
is a
saying.
job.
I'm saying like it's an intern or a PR person. It's someone behind the scenes making these tweets. But the problem is that it's clear that this Twitter account is trying to advertise something. Regardless of how like subtle they're doing it, the fact that it has the name of a company, the logo, the check mark confirming it's the company, that throws people in this thing of
Come
like
on.
automatically I'm not trusting them.
Where they at?
And whenever they do, like, it's almost like an uncanny valley effect. You know, like you're familiar with the uncanny valley, right, Cole?
Yeah. Okay.
I've heard the term before, but you
So-
can explain it to me.
What an uncanny valley is, it's the idea that
The more realistic something gets.
Oh, yes, you've told me this. Okay,
it's
yes,
sort
I
of
know what you're talking
it's
about.
sort of similar to that in that the closer like
All right.
a corporation whose purpose is to advertise
Here's an example.
is to being a person, the more people realize this is like a trick. They're trying to trick me into
Here's an
consuming.
example. Sunny D tweet. This was the whole tweet. Why am I like this?
Okay, so what I'm seeing
Chuck E.
here-
Cheese responds, "You good? Want to come hang out?" Target, do you mean, why are you so perfect? This is the brand at Chuck E. Cheese. This is at Target. Verified.
They're not parodies. Like
Okay, so here's what I'm seeing.
And then we have a lot of people saying, shut up, brand.
yeah.
That's a problem. I see that.
Mhm.
But
See? What the problem I'm having is like you can make a genuine connection with people by like being weird and quirky in your marketing, like Skittles Yogurt Boy or like Steakums having a TikTok where they just like turned Steakums into an eldritch treat that you only get if you're an evil person.
I think this is an
This-
issue because they don't know how to separate that line. They're going too much into a personal and not into a we.
Yes, and they're doing it just because it's the job, not because they want to be like marketing correctly.
Mm.
And they're making it into a like, I'm an actual person with like weird feelings and stuff. It's like, no, you're an orange drink.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me why I want this orange drink.
It's like if you're trying too hard to
Chuck E. Cheese, don't come and tell them to hang out. You're not a person.
it's like
Sunny,
Okay.
like Target, don't say, no, you're perfect. You're Target.
yeah. It's like
You know
you're
what I mean?
trying. It's like the uncanny. The closer they are to trying to be like a person,
Yes.
it gets to a point where no matter what, as long as they have that blue check mark, the logo, and the corporation name on there, people see that and they're like, "This is a trap. This is like a ploy to try and force people to consume."
Because they're only doing this because they know it's effective.
Yes,
They're not doing this to be more relatable with the brands.
Which I think it's a good thing to like constantly like tell brands like stop doing this, like silence brand, because that's like a tell of like what they're doing is clearly not working. They need to adapt.
I would argue the other way around because, and I've told this to Cole many a times, which she argues against but doesn't ever finish the argument of like any publicity is good publicity.
No.
See, you say no, but
It depends on the context.
exactly.
It very much depends on
There
the
have
context.
been many a times where someone has been creating content in whatever sphere it was, podcasting, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, movies. They do something so and then they like slowly die off because no one's interested anymore. They do something so controversial and they push the opposite direction.
They turn heel.
They go bad. They turn heel. Everyone starts talking about them again. Then they make something new. Everyone wants to go see it. All of a sudden, why? If they were bad, then like, you know what I mean?
But it's
that
contextual.
controversy, that
Controversy
being in-
sells.
Yes.
There's like no debate that controversy sells.
Yeah.
If controversy did not sell, we wouldn't have the president we
Why
have
are we
right
talking?
now.
Yes. Why are we talking about corporate brand, like corporate Twitters?
I think that only
I'm
works
talking
for
about it,
some
really.
cases.
Yeah, it's
I think
contextual.
in general, if we're talking one wrong move and your brand is down the toilet.
But then, when like you've hit zero, basically, you can go down and rebound, and everyone sees all that transition, and it's even more. Or you can just start working on it again. Like, brands aren't killed off forever without a little bit of non-effort on the user's end. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It's one of
like,
the reasons, like an example of this. I don't remember the news article. There's a theory that what's it called? When I think it was two politicians. I think it was Joe Biden and Pete Buttigieg. Buttigieg endorsed Biden at a Whataburger. That's irrelevant. What is, though, is when they announced that, they refer to Whataburger as a chicken joint, which is like, yeah, they serve chicken, but you don't, like, it's a burger place.
Yeah.
And so
Cold water burger.
the thing is about that, that's an incorrect statement, but it still garnered a lot of attention. And someone, I forgot who on Twitter, said, wouldn't it be crazy if they specifically miscategorized Whataburger specifically because they want to get the engagement from people correcting them? You know? Does that make sense at all?
Yes. That makes sense. It's whenever I think of bad publicity, I think of a crisis, and calling Whataburger a chicken place isn't a crisis. It's not a big one.
It's what people think is the crisis. Like when Popeyes ran ass sandwiches, quote unquote.
It's like when KFC had to shut all like the 800 stores in the UK because they ran out of chicken, and then they created the FCK bucket. That was a marketing ploy for a crisis. Like they were able to turn it around.
Like crisis, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you market it as it's an actual problem, then people think it's a problem. And that's what these corporate Twitters are playing off of as well, of like, we're people. Trust us like people. Buy from us because we're people. But they're not. Sunny D is not actually depressed. Sunny D is a drink. The account user, you might want to check in on them because they're running a Twitter account and they think the only way to like run up their numbers is to do that.
I also think it may be an issue of the people hiring the person to run the Twitter.
Yeah.
There is a certain generation or a certain way of thinking previously that, okay, I'm going to hire someone super young who knows all of this thing and maybe doesn't actually have the education to back it.
Yeah.
Or doesn't have the experience to know, okay, strategy is actually the best way.
Yeah.
Instead of just running it like your own Twitter account. So the wrong people get hired for the positions.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I mean, because they're obviously not doing their job right. As a professional that's about to graduate.
One would say they're not doing their job right, but everybody talked about it.
Yeah.
That's the bigger problem.
Because here's the thing. Everyone
That's the secondary problem off of
Here's
this.
the thing. No matter what, as long as you're like
obviously
as long as that name
Sunny D.
as long as that name is in the public specter, that's free advertisement. Even if it's something like
You're familiar with the 3 types of advertisement, yeah?
What are you talking?
There's 3 types of advertising. There's what you paid for.
Yes.
There's what people give you for free, which is like that earned advertising.
Yes.
And then like there's the obvious advertisement of like, we made a thing, here's the product. There's the marketing that goes aside it of like, this is us making it, and this is all of the stuff of like, we've made something, come and see it, like that.
Yeah.
Then there's that third level, which is other people talking about it, where you don't pay for it.
Yeah.
You don't pay for that third advertising, and that's the part that everybody wants, because that one's the most powerful. Friend recommendation. Like when I told you to go see Invisible Man. things of that nature. Everybody wants that third advertising so much that they're willing to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like cutting a new level of marketing. And then it worked.
Yeah. Even the people who didn't like it were still like
Talking about it.
They're still engaged in it. Like even like as much as I dislike it, the whole baby peanut thing, you know,
Yeah.
everyone was talking about that.
Baby Yoda.
Everyone, like, so many people hate this like new baby trend,
Yeah.
but everyone is still talking about it.
Yes.
Which is engagement.
And engagement is the one metric we have that we can sell.
Yeah.
Well, we know that.
Mm-hmm.
We know those numbers for all of our stuff. At least I'm the one that looks all of them up. Impressions and engagement, right? Impressions, click-through rate, conversion rates. All of those things are just numbers that you sell. Doesn't matter if they're good or bad. Now, if most of them are bad and you start
it bothers
seeing
my
problems,
core values.
it bothers our core values. That's why we have a problem with it. But
I mean,
the
and
corporation
set
obviously
PR core values too.
Yes. But these corporations obviously don't have a problem with it. So how do we combat this?
Don't support their stuff.
How? How do you not support their stuff?
Boycott.
You
Just-
can, but here's the deal. I say I'm going to boycott. Now, like, just like this is human nature, Jake. I say I'm going to boycott it. You're going to then look into why is Ethan boycotting it. If I make it a big deal,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? If I'm like, yo, socks, never again.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be like, what? What's up with socks? You're going to go look up socks. It's going to be like in your mind, especially if I make it a big deal a bunch of times.
Yes, I agree with that, which is why I think it should be like a less
By the
viral
way,
boycott.
I do wear socks.
Like I'm saying like a personal boycott. Like
Yeah.
this corporation is something I personally didn't like. I'm not gonna buy from them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Which, you know, like that's, yeah.
Yeah. Secondarily, stop talking about it.
Yeah, big thing is to just like ignore it.
Right?
Yeah.
That's like the only way you can do it. Yes? Like you're the PR person. At this point I'm asking. After presenting my case.
Yeah.
Just don't engage.
I can't think of anything else.
It's just like destroy their metrics, right?
Yeah, that's the only way we have to say that
To actually
one, our
let
job
them know.
is important, and to put more money into it.
Yeah. Is to like stop engaging with these tweets, stop reacting to them, because then
Block them.
Yeah, block them. Stop interacting such that they see their metrics drop. Because, like, whoever did the corporate tweet stuff, that blew up so much so that that person...
They're going to keep doing it.
They're going to keep doing it. Because it worked. Because all they wanted... Here was the thing. They were given a task. Get us more numbers.
I don't like that mindset.
No, but man's got to eat.
I guess.
You know what I mean?
I know. I just have such a hard line as far as my values go because PR is viewed as such a negative thing
No, yeah.
that
I think you're going to
in
do
my
a good job in
professional
it.
job, like my goal is to actually sit down and create a relationship with consumers and their brand and not make it
Right.
all about numbers. I've been all about numbers with retail before,
Yeah.
and it
Is
bad.
awful. Because it leads to very derogatory practices.
It leads to the person controlling Sunny D to have depression.
Yeah. Or everyone believing Sunny D has depression.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because now their Twitter is all over
Like,
the place. Their
and
most recent
where-
stuff is crazy.
Where is the honesty and the truthfulness behind these tweets?
'Cause we have no idea.
I mean, they're a private company. They're
I
not going to
mean,
reveal it.
That's why
And then
Jake is
almost
over here saying
immediately
they're
after
all
that.
fake.
Yeah, like most recently, but in January, it was like today's weather forecast. Sunny with a chance of chocolate rain. And they got like a picture with Tay Zendaya. Like all of this positivity stuff now. So like they got the attention they wanted, and now they're posting what they wanted to do. They won.
Yeah.
They're up to 53.2K followers off of this little stunt, basically.
I don't agree with what they're doing. And
Oh.
I still stand behind my point of not all publicity is good publicity,
Mm-hmm.
but I can understand
Because
what
your
point is
definition
saying.
of bad publicity is different than mine.
Yes.
Got it.
There are bigger things that I think about
Right.
when it comes to that.
Like people genuinely getting hurt.
Yeah, or like the BP oil spill or
Right.
something. Like
When-
that was a nightmare.
When there's actual, like, factual problems,
Mm.
not perceived problems.
Yeah, you
You can't recover from that oil spill. There's there's people
you
still
could
talk-
have
You could've?
could have, but they handled it very poorly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not familiar with how they handled it in terms of PR. I just know it was a bad issue.
I-
Could you give me
The-
a quick rundown?
I mean, obviously
the-
they failed because
the
we don't
spoke-
believe they could have fixed it.
The
Yeah.
the spokesperson who has who had years and years, decades of experience in the oil field, as well as I believe a master's degree in some sort of engineering as far as that goes.
Petroleum.
Yeah. Goes, oh, I had no idea that would happen. Like, I didn't know I could never have seen that coming.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's almost word for word what this man said. And that's
Mm.
just a lie. Like, you can't tell people that after we've seen that you've had all this education and experience, there's a reason you are the spokesperson and the CEO, right?
Yeah.
So where'd that
Actually,
go?
I'm gonna turn that mic off.
Like, why are you the leader here if you don't know anything?
Right.
So what you
So they just
would
showed incompetence,
yes,
and that made it worse because
what
we
you
made them
would have
responsible
said
for fixing
was,
it.
I'm sorry. Here is what we're doing to fix it and how we're going to fix it for the
Yeah.
future.
And so that this never happens again.
Right. You
This was a
highlight the
mistake.
good and you apologize and say we're going to do better.
Yeah.
And maybe a donation to the wildlife people.
Oh, jeez. And like to all of Texas. Please.
Yes. And donations mean a lot.
Mhm.
Money goes a lot.
Because it's like you can
A
say
long
you're
way.
sorry, but like even if your donation is purely for PR purposes,
It
which
works.
is let's kind of like I think that's
it's PR.
slimy, but like at least it's doing something.
At minimum,
Yes.
You've helped a
aided-
charity.
Yeah, you've helped a charity aid it.
You know,
like,
you can
There's
care.
still going to be a bad
Like, they
taste
still
for
spilled
what
a ton of
happened.
oil in the Gulf.
Yeah.
There's
Like
still
that
gonna
happened.
be a bad taste of what happened, but they could have recovered sooner.
Yeah. Instead of
People
having to have
would
Dawn
have
Soap do it for him.
eventually been okay.
hmm
Instead of having Dawn Soap do it for him.
Yeah, now there's always that duck on the
Oh yeah.
Dawn
That
soap.
is-
That's what you look
That's
for.
immortal. Until I'm 40 years old, that is going to be in
That's
some
gonna
way,
be on
shape, or
Dawn
form
Soap.
purchasable.
Yes. Yes.
Like, it came out of an awful thing though.
Yeah.
Like, I just think that like marketing and stuff, it's all sensationalism most of the time.
Oh, absolutely.
Unfortunately,
Absolutely.
which like we both agree isn't good, but that is the reality of it sometimes.
Yeah.
Speaking of a little bit of sensationalism, something interesting that I was talking to you today, Cole. You got
Yes.
a call? You good?
People might be here.
Oh,
So
Yeah, go let
I'll
'em in.
be right back.
yeah. I'll cue in Jake on what we're talking about.
All right,
It's the Invisible Man stuff. She's
Okay.
gone.
Invisible Man stuff.
Have you seen the trailers for Invisible Man, Jake?
No, I have not.
Would you like to?
Sure, why not?
Let me pull it up real quick. Trailer to Invisible Man.
Invisible Man.
Mostly for the visual audience, we recommend you just pause this podcast, go watch the trailer, come right back. Because it's not going to make a ton of sense just hearing. So let me pull these down.
Adrian. He was a sociopath. He said that I could never leave him. He controlled how I looked and what I wore. Then it was controlling when I left the house. And eventually, what I thought.
My mic was off for that. Sorry, we're testing something, folks. Give me 1 second.
Adrian. He was a sociopath. He said that I could never leave him. He controlled how I looked and what I wore. Then it was controlling when I left the house. And eventually,
seen the trailer for this
what
one?
I thought.
Okay. So we can pause that right there. Bring this back up. So, what I wanted to ask you about is, are you going to see it?
Maybe. Probably not in theaters, just because I don't see movies in theaters often enough.
Yeah. But is it on your list to watch? I'm super stoked about it, obviously.
Kind of.
Yeah?
It doesn't look like something I'd probably be for,
Uh-huh.
but I don't know.
'Kay.
Maybe.
So, you're familiar with, you understand the premise, though?
Yes, I think if it's the trailer that I'm thinking of,
He's invisible?
yeah.
'Kay.
Was it the one where he was
Paint
dead?
splash on him?
Huh?
Yeah, he was dead.
And then yeah, that one.
And then she pours paint on him,
Yeah,
and it's like a guy.
it seems like it could be good. I'm very scared that it's going to be a very CG. I've never been a fan of CG in horror. I know that's a thing for new horror, but
Blumhouse made it. Are you familiar with that production company?
no.
Or Blumhouse? I'm not too certain on the specifics for them.
Well, give me some movies, and
I'll just pull up their roster real quick.
probably have not
Everyone watching the video, you can follow along. So
I probably haven't seen any of them, but some might be
Blumhouse.
on my.
Films. That BK. Okay. The new Halloween. Happy Death Day 2. Get Out. Don't Let Go. Truth or Dare. Sweetheart. Ma. Upgrade.
I mean, I've heard of half of those films.
Insidious: The Last Key. Happy Death Day. The First Purge. Unfriended Dark Web. Hush. Ouija, or Origin of Evil. The Purge Election Year. Glass. What was this? Split. The Darkness. The Gift. Insidious 3. Creep 2. The Gallows. Unfriended. Ouija. So a lot of horror.
A lot of horror that does not interest me. I'm just gonna say, unfortunately.
Really?
A lot of those.
That's all right.
Yeah, a lot of those meh.
So, it's Universal's show, basically,
Yeah.
and they specifically, these guys are the directors on this made Upgrade, the Sapphires, and these films are known for being super low budget.
Okay.
All right. What do you think they made that for? To give you reference, The Hollow Man, which is a Kevin Bacon film about a similar thing where he gets a serum and makes himself invisible.
Okay.
And then he goes into it gets into hello. It gets into an inner turmoil. Hello. We are joined by more people. It gets into an inner turmoil of what's it like being invisible and stuff like that.
Okay.
And how does that affect you? Is I can't even be seen. I have no consequence. Right. That was made for 27. No, I think it was made for $29 million. I'll pull up the exact number.
Gotcha.
It was called Hollow Man. Hollow Man production cost $95 million US to make a man invisible for the whole film.
Yeah.
How much do you think the Invisible Man then cost for production?
I don't know.
No idea.
No idea.
$7 million.
See, no one knows the answer to these questions.
Why am I the only one that knows?
I think you're just a bigger film buff.
You're just a nerd.
Because I'm trying to get into films,
man
but I'm
bun.
trying to get into older stuff. So
Stop bullying me. Okay. Everyone who's listening to the podcast, if you did not just see, we had Avery and Parker just walk in.
Hello.
They
you
are.
can't just wave. You gotta say something.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're joining
I
us.
was waiting my turn, thank you.
Okay.
They're joining us in the later part of the show. We've got about a half hour if we want.
Okay.
all right.
Left. So we're just moving into. We had a big talk on PR.
I heard.
Yeah, were y'all watching?
No.
Oh, you just.
I just filled them in.
Oh, cool. So we had a big talk about PR. Moving on entirely. We're into production now.
Okay.
So, Blumhouse, they apparently made that film for $7 million.
Okay.
That's very good.
It looks so good, and it looks so practical.
Y'all seen the trailer?
Trailer for The Invisible Man?
With the the lady in the attic and she pours paint on something.
Yes.
That's the Invisible
That's
Man.
The Invisible Man.
Only
okay.
$7 million for that film.
That entire film.
It looks so.
For reference,
weird.
The Hollow Man, which was a similar concept
Still Invisible
of
Man
an invisible
situation.
guy, $95 million.
When he breathes from behind her.
Yes.
Ooh, spoopy.
And then he takes the pictures of her while she's sleeping
Yeah.
in the trailers.
I just hope it doesn't.
It's out.
I just hope
Is
it
it?
doesn't.
Are these somewhere available for people to watch?
The Invisible Man?
Yeah.
The trailers are up on YouTube, yeah.
Okay, but
The
what
film
about
is
the
out.
Hollow Man? What
Oh,
about
The Hollow
that?
Man? You can rent it now. It came out in like
It
2000.
has Kevin Bacon. in it.
Has Kevin Bacon in
okay.
it?
Ooh, tasty bacon.
But he's invisible the
Oh
whole
my
time. He is invisible the whole time, so you don't get to even look at him.
I don't care what he looks like. I just like bacon.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, I
Well,
recommend The
maybe
Hollow
it's
Man,
not
actually.
true.
It is pretty interesting. It did very well. Made $117 million overall, I believe. So it failed in North America, but it made its money back worldwide, so it kind of turned into a, like, B film when they went at it the second time.
Yeah.
Versus The Invisible Man, made it for $7 million. I believe it's already up to $27 million. Opening weekend.
I just hope that it doesn't give like all the good scares in the trailer, because there's some good stuff in the trailer.
I listened to a non-spoiler podcast
Mm,
that, like, reviewed it.
yeah.
There is an entire, like, segment that isn't even shown that's very good.
Okay. That makes me want to watch it.
Also, one of the big premises is, like, there is a chance that the whole thing's in her head.
Exactly.
I love stuff like
It's
that.
It's a good movie.
That's
from what I've
that's
been told.
convincing me to watch it because I was
Yeah.
originally like pretty. I think I'll.
Because
probably
here's
skip
the
it,
premise
but-
of it. Here's, like, the story as it like moves forward from what we can tell from the trailers. Right, is you've got sociopathic abusive boyfriend,
Yep.
Yeah.
millionaire.
Yeah.
He made all of his money in optics, which is like the study and control of light, basically screens, cameras, and reflective technologies. But he's a monster, realistically. Like, everything he is in control of everything, and so she runs away. In the scene that we are shown in the opening of the trailer, as she's running away in the middle of the night, mind you, she, like, stored a bag in the vent so that he didn't even find it. Kind of like this guy was really in charge of stuff.
Yeah.
She's running through. He chases after her. Like, she gets into a car. She met, like, her friend or her sister or something. We're not really shown or not really told. He comes in, like, punches through the window
Yeah.
of the
like,
vehicle
Very strong and, like,
is, like, yelling
stay.
for her to, like, stay with him. Right? Like, that's the opening in this trailer. I already want to see it, right? Because I want to know how to punch through a window.
That takes a lot of strength to be able to
Or a lot of
punch a
aggression.
window. Still takes strength. Even if it's
Exactly.
aggressive,
Like,
that
that's
still
a-
takes brute strength.
Yeah. So that shows you that, like, characterization,
Wow.
yeah? Then it's shown she's in, like, in her house on her own, gets a phone call. We see her at a court or not a
Like
court
a
case,
lawyer
like
or
a high-rise
something?
building
Yeah.
with a paralegal who explains Adrian slit his wrist and killed himself. He's giving you he read it out this thing to you of, like, I'm sorry that it went this way. I didn't think you'd run away from me. I know we didn't have the best communication. Like,
The aggressive man did this?
Yeah.
Yes.
pretty manipulative, right? Sort of
Yeah.
shows more of his character. Says because he wrote up this letter and then kills himself is kind of the plot, right? Slit
Was
his
he
wrist,
actually
and
dead?
there's pictures of him on the ground with a lot of blood from his hands, right, in this paralegal case. Okay. Then it said you're going to be granted $5 million if you are shown mentally competent. Then later, weird, like, attachments to it. Later on, and then it starts getting into this psychological horror stuff of, like, she hears a knock at the door. She goes out to check it. We don't see anything, but we see his breath behind it. And, like, we know the name of the movie's Invisible Man, so it's like the breath comes in from behind, just
Yeah, because it's like cold outside.
it's
so
cold
you can
outside,
see
and,
it.
and like, but she doesn't see it.
Right. You
She's
can see
taking
it
a
as it
shower,
rains.
and you see, like, a hand mark come up against the glass because it's a fog glass.
Big
Okay, big oof. There's one scene where like all the covers are thrown off of her while she's sleeping in bed, and she's like wearing pajamas, but then pictures are being taken with her own phone of her sleeping. She wakes up, goes to drag the blanket over, and there's something standing on the edge of the
Yeah,
blanket
you can see like
holding
the
it.
marks.
And then you see another footprint come closer, another one come closer, and then it all falls away, and she pulls it up.
So basically,
Pull closer.
one way or another, she's not mentally competent
There's no way. So like, if he killed himself,
because she can't prove that this stuff is
exactly. We are
That's-
shown later that at some point she's put into a psych ward or a safe room. Eventually,
mental wellness center.
yeah. So there's a chance that like the
But she's
plot
still
moves to that.
seeing him there.
She never sees him. She can just kind of like know what
Yeah,
he's like.
That's
at
what I
one
meant.
point in the trailer, she's just sitting on the floor staring at a chair and
Which
saying,
has butt marks in it.
"Yeah, that looks like it has indentions." And she's like, "He's sitting there
Like
right now."
right there, right now.
As like other people walk into the room, like, "Are you okay?" Like, this is a crazy movie.
I have
Got
to see it.
Are you sure you can see it?
Now there are a couple trigger warnings with it.
Wait, this is the Hollow Man or the Invisible?
Invisible
Man.
Hollow Man's Kevin Bacon one, the old one. This is the Invisible Man, the one that just came out last weekend.
This is exciting.
Yes.
As someone who really, really appreciates psychological horrors and psychological thrillers, this will be very fun.
I'm with you.
This one's good.
What are our trigger warnings for our audience?
Couple trigger warnings for
And for
audience.
Parker.
Obviously, blood, gore, abusive relationships, tryptophobia.
Is that the circles?
Yes.
That's so the
There's minor spoilers.
Yeah.
for anyone who
For
does
anyone
not wanna
who does
be-
not like, this is your spoiler warning only because the trigger warning has to deal with this concept. You all kind of saw it in the trailer with the paint scene.
Yeah, so it's kind of already shown in the trailer. So it's
The
not too bad.
suit has a lot of he isn't dead. It's a suit.
Yes.
He was in optics. He worked in optics, so he made an invisibility suit.
So he just follows her around in this?
Yes.
Supposedly.
And there's a couple of ways you can and cannot tell that he's around in the film. Like, watching this movie like 3 times is definitely The Weeknd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Spring
I
break
said,
is coming up, y'all.
right, spring break's
Yes.
coming up. All my cash is in the theater. Here's the thing: the suit is just covered in cameras and screens. So in a couple of scenes
It's a
when
lot
it
of
is
space.
shown, there's a lot of just little dots all over,
Okay.
and there's a flashing person.
So
warning.
is it like craters?
No,
Okay.
there's think like Hellraiser, all the lines and stuff.
Okay.
Also-
as long as it's not like hollow craters.
Yeah.
I'm good.
No, it's not those cool Photoshop pictures. I like them. Sorry,
Yeah, Ethan enjoys them.
Mm.
Don't
I
talk to him.
really enjoyed those
They
pictures.
really, really make me.
They make
like,
everybody I see uncomfortable. I love them.
Talking about which ones are you talking about again?
Tryptophobia.
Oh yeah,
The
I like
circles.
those too. I like those.
Okay.
They don't even make me uncomfortable. They make me like almost pass out.
Right?
It's really
No, like I have talked to multiple people about those pictures. I don't put them on anybody to look at. Love them to death though.
Ugh.
Also,
Such an odd
love
person.
barnacles.
How so? Like elaborate.
Same structure
Okay, gotcha.
physically. Uh-oh.
Fixing. It's fine.
Ah.
So, Invisible Man, definitely gonna see that.
So want to see.
At
It's
some
okay, just came out. Something definitely to go and see in something to go see around town. One of those things.
Is it? Do we know if it's gonna air at the cinema here?
Steamboat, yeah.
Yes, I believe it's already
Okay.
here. Let me pull up Cinema 6.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Cinema 6. I should know because I could walk there.
Yeah, you live there, Jake.
I actually just live on
There we
top
go.
of the
The
Crawford
one
What's
Deli.
up?
thing you can do in Stephenville
Oh,
besides go to Walmart.
okay. Here's a couple other things. Today, tomorrow. Okay, so when does this show come out? Okay, when this show comes out, which is tomorrow. So for Saturday, we're moving into our last segment of the show. Some local things you can do around town. If you're interested if you live in the Stephenville area and you want to head over to Cinema 6, you can watch Onward. Yep.
Parker really
The-
wants to see that.
Which one's Onward again?
Onward is the My Dad Is Just Pants movie, the animated elves
Yeah,
adventure.
the one with the staff that's magic.
It's got Spider-Man and Star-Lord
There's been some
as voice
commercials about them
actors.
turning on ovens.
Yes, the oven commercial. Y'all seen
Like
that?
the Waytag commercial.
No, I don't
Yeah.
think so.
So is it Waytag?
I don't know. It's
I don't know. It's an oven commercial that is advertising the fact that you can now turn your oven on from like
Your
out
phone.
from your phone,
Huh.
and it's like
the two boys are
the two boys are trying to
trying
like
to turn the oven.
magically turn on the oven, and then
Mm.
mom's in the car like turns on oven with the phone.
and so
Oh,
they think they did it.
that's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Also, fun fact, if you're in Stephenville and like movies, on Wednesdays, the movies, if you're a Tarleton student and you present your ID, is half off, which I
Mm.
believe makes the tickets $3.50.
Yes.
Don't quote me on this, but I believe that's the
Is
price.
that matinee price or?
No,
that's all.
overall.
So we'll never be able to do that if you're on the show, but if you're watching the show, you can stop watching the show and go watch a movie, a real entertainment. But Onward is going to be
spring
on
break.
11 a.m., 2, 3, 4. It's on all day, it seems, and there's one 3D viewing. The Invisible Man, the one we've been talking about, 4 viewings on standard 12:20, 3:40, 6:45, and 9:50.
Ooh la la.
Yeah, that's a Saturday. There's also Sonic the Hedgehog being shown, along with Call of the Wild, Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey, and Parasite. Parasite's still being shown around in town.
Huh.
Finally made it to Stephenville. Have you not heard of Parasite?
I know it won the Oscar. I know the main premise of it.
Yeah. So Parasite is
I don't get out much if you can't tell.
no, perfectly fine. Not like actual animals. It's not a documentary. If that's what you're curious about. I just know entomology background. You might have been like,
they really
I was
really
a wee
wanted
bit
it to be.
excited.
I'm
I was like,
sorry.
what?
No, me being a worms guy, I was totally like ready for something like leeches. No, actually, it's a lot worse. It's about humans. It's
Are
about
humans parasites?
Babies are.
That would be wild.
no,
yes,
no,
they
like
are.
social parasites, and like it's about this family who is it's okay, it's completely subbed movie.
Yeah.
That's
it's
totally
from
okay.
China.
Korea.
Okay, I just want to get it right. It's about Korean wealth structures, how there's this upper class family and a lower class family, and the lower class family all tries to work for this upper class family. The first off, the kid is a tutor for the daughter.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
I think
I've
it's
seen
the
the
tutor
trailer.
is the daughter for the family. The sister goes in to try and be the maid. And eventually, like, this whole family using, because one of them is like as a forge. I only saw like 2 trailers for this, and I thought that it already was like out of viewability from town, so I'm a bit fuzzy. One of the people in the family is able to forge false IDs, at least false enough IDs that it's like, okay, yeah, sure, like, we believe you. So everyone in the family eventually tries working for this other family because they live in like a like basement-sized house that is actually underground to like street level,
Right.
really low income stuff. And then so their life is really compact, cramped, and low income. This other family's life, they have a 3-story house and a large backyard. And so it's sort of this interesting interplay of this family trying to live entirely off this other family, which is where it comes from. But then there's a twist in there of like, and I don't remember, or I don't want to like ruin the spoiler because I think it plays into
Do they
it.
take over the rich family's life?
It's either that or it's like the rich family isn't what it seems.
Ooh.
Like I don't want to give anything away because like it won many acclaimed awards, like many
How
awards,
exciting.
and it's completely subbed. And there's a big controversy because
out right
One-
now.
hold on, it's a big controversy because like 3 people in the academy didn't even watch it because it was subbed.
What?
So like, go and support this movie, support this film
I really
because
like
that's
foreign
dumb.
films.
I think
So
that
let's
I mean,
movie,
yes,
like,
support it,
one
but
after
I
the
think you
other.
should instead stop supporting the Academy
right?
because I've never been in favor of
But
like
also-
large award shows
Like-
like that.
I wish we would realize from like an instance like this how much good media us like we as especially just English-speaking Americans, we're missing
Yeah.
because we're not willing to read subtitles.
Right.
Oh, my favorite horror movies are all Japanese.
So
Like-
basically, we're saying
My
people who watch
favorite
anime
movie is, I
are,
think,
like,
in Dutch.
You what?
amazing.
I think my favorite one is in Dutch. So.
Yeah.
Most of my horror stuff is all Lovecraftian, and that's mostly in English, unfortunately.
The problem is that it's not just a matter of like people unwilling to read subtitles. It's also a matter of people who are unwilling to bring movies here and even subtitle them or
Yeah.
dub them in the first
I-
place.
Translations.
While I think that is a factor, I am totally gonna call out high schoolers here on the whole fight between dub and sub on
yeah.
anime.
That's not even like an argument,
Like
though. Really.
it's really not. Just
If you
just
really
watch
want-
the sub or learn, or if you really want to learn, take 5 years of Japanese like me. Just watch them.
Wait, hold on. What is your argument now?
Watch the sub.
Okay.
Watch the sub. There's so much more context there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be more direct. You're gonna get a lot more content, a lot more
I
context,
think you should watch both.
and it's just gonna be good.
I'm the kind of person who thinks
it's
it
wholesome.
depends on who is doing the dub, because I think there's some phenomenal dubs out there that I think are worth like the time of people. I don't know. Like, I'm a proponent of reading the manga personally. So
Yes.
yeah,
As somebody with an auditory processing disorder, I have to watch the dubbed
Yeah.
because I need to hear it and read it.
Yeah, so we
At the
always
same
have captions.
we have
on.
to
Dub
have-
with captions.
Yeah.
Got it.
We have to have closed captions on in our house, or else I won't pick up the context of the movie.
Right. Well, then you can't even do sub because like you've lost that
Exactly.
on the audio.
Yeah.
well, that's a fair reason to
No,
not
definitely.
watch sub.
I think that both need to be up for reasons of like the bigger you are into this, totally go ahead like start getting into sub because like
Yeah. I
it's
think
enjoyable
if
to sit
you're
down and like read
available
what you're
and you
watching.
Have
Yeah.
the ability. Go ahead
Yeah.
and just try the sub.
A little closer to the mic.
If you have the ability, if you do have some kind of disability or something that doesn't allow you to go through with the subs, by all means, I understand that. But if you have the ability, I totally encourage people to go ahead and watch subs.
Controversial
Watch-
opinion here
It's cool.
for some reason. I say support fan subs. I'm of the opinion that I
Team
think
4-star.
not even Team 4-star. Team 4-star is an abridged. Like they take a series and then rewrite a script based on scenes. I'm
Okay.
talking people who like are fans who go and take something that maybe has a dub, maybe has a
However,
sub, maybe doesn't,
I
and
would
translate it themselves.
I would like to point everyone who is
oh
an,
yes,
is
yes,
an adult.
yes,
The
yes.
dub Ghost Stories.
Amazing. I'm absolutely with you.
The
Yes, I've actually watched this.
you've watched the
Yeah.
English dub.
It's better. It's so
yes.
it's
I will also say the dub version of Cowboy Bebop
it's a
is
classic.
better than sub.
Better, really.
I think it's
I've
better than sub.
never heard
it's
that
one
opinion.
Of the, it's one of the very, very few that I'll say.
I will-
And you're
I
not
will
talking
agree.
about the movie. You're talking about
No.
the
I
seasons.
will
Yes.
absolutely
Interesting.
agree. I
That's
will
interesting.
absolutely agree.
Never hear that argument of someone able to like transform, like go to both lines.
Yeah, having watched both, I like the dub of Cowboy
Interesting.
Bebop so much better.
So, finishing off on like
Parker's not an
Movies.
anime person, so he is like, what?
Totally fine.
Cowboy
That's fine.
Bebop?
Parker,
But
I recommend you watch
I'm
Ghost
watching
Stories.
Soul Eater
he's
right
watching
now.
Soul Eater. I'm getting him to
Hey.
watch an anime.
You should watch Ghost Stories to double check it before Parker watches
I
it. It's
believe
hilarious.
it's on Netflix as well.
Still?
Wait, is
I
Ghost
think
Stories
it
on
might-
Netflix?
No.
I think Netflix is the first place I watched it.
It
Ghost-
can't still be up there.
Yeah.
It's
It
It
awful.
might be.
No, it's amazing.
No, like
Have you seen the Netflix
It's not-
originals they've been putting out?
Oh gosh.
no,
Some
like
of those are good. Some of them are
Voltron
I don't
reboot?
trust. I don't trust
Hold-
like exclusives
like
or originals.
anime style Voltron is sick. They had a D&D episode, boys. Anyone who's got a D&D episode in their
Gen
show
1?
knows what's up.
Yes.
Ghost Stories.
Obsession.
Here's the deal. Ghost Stories came in and this was when like relationships in the like art community of international translation was not what they were today. So they showed it up in here and Ghost Stories did so poorly they were like, do whatever you want with it. So they made an abridged as the official dub. You familiar with like Team 4-Star's work?
No.
Okay.
So basically, they basically took the
I
scenes.
can't play any of this audio on this show.
I'll kind of explain. They took the
Afterwards.
scenes and rewrote a script to be less of like kind of a drama, boring, like generic.
So they just matched the mouth flaps. Basically.
Yes, but they like made it
Barely.
Here's the thing, though.
I may have watched it on Kiss Anime.
Okay.
Here's the thing about
that may be where.
here's
I
the thing about
watched it.
Ghost Stories is it was like originally supposed to be a very generic, really kind of bad
Monster of the Week,
Monster
but with
of the
the
Week.
ghosts.
I
Yeah,
see.
it's not like it's
Very
not worth
realistic art style, so the
original-
ghosts aren't that intriguing.
the
It's
original
not a lot
like
of
the
action.
original plot was bad. So like this anime did so poorly, the dubbing company was like, do whatever you want. So they redid the whole thing as this raunchy Adult Swim
Oh
style
my-
comedy.
and it's crazy.
genuinely
It
amazing.
is insane.
It's
I've
God.
watched 4 scenes, not episodes. I watched 4 scenes.
You can just totally get away
while
with just watching
stalking-
scenes.
While stalking
I've seen a couple
boxes.
episodes. It's so good.
I was watching these scenes, and like while stocking boxes, I had to like put everything down. This was back when I was working night shift. I had to put everything away and like go show my friend. They're like, "Oh yeah, you haven't seen this scene," and they just like opened my mind.
It's so
to
good.
awful dub.
It's like
Oh,
it's the
gosh.
greatest dub of all time. Objectively,
Shout out
I
to Night
will.
Shift at
I
TGI.
I will not debate you on this. Ghost Stories dub is just it's transcendent. It's transcendent.
It is above all things.
It's genuinely above all things. Not 12-ounce mouse. That is a masterpiece.
interesting.
We'll get into that some
We
other
got
day.
Perfectly fine.
completely off topic.
Hey, but
That's the show.
okay. That's this show.
This is the casualness of the
I have so many notes for next time still.
Yes.
To
Yeah.
talk about.
We've gotten to the point with the show where we've had too many topics to talk about per.
But I saved them.
Episode.
Yeah, I still have like a
There's
whole
one I
episode.
need
I
to,
actually still have a whole episode of notes left.
There's one.
So
I mean,
if
there's
there's-
one
mine
thing I
that I
need.
gave you today.
What?
Emergency slide.
Stop.
There's one that I have
Cole,
too.
would you like to explain it? Jake. Oh, Jake, hang on. Jake, do your thing
Go.
real quick.
All right, so I have told Ethan this week that I have a surprise, and it was if anyone remembers last podcast, he asked me, "Hey, Jake, mind bringing your Tool albums?"
You brought him?
I brought them.
Hey!
I brought every single one that I own,
Jake.
including the big old Fear Inoculum
Oh, man.
and the 10,000 Days. But yeah, it's all of them. I even brought my duplicate Undertow, but brought my Tool albums.
Oh God. Okay.
We're good.
We high-fived,
But
everybody.
yeah, so I don't know where to begin. So
I think just hold them up and like 1 to 10. Shoot it.
all right, like, do you want me to review the albums or the artwork? Because we talked about specifically the artwork.
Let's do artwork.
All right, so this is
Because we
Opiate.
talked about the music.
Now, here's the thing. The artwork for Opiate I think is really cool, but there's nothing really special about it. It's like just a pretty typical jewel case. You know, CD there, the liners, back cover. Pretty basic. Not really that interesting. Undertow, I'm kind of glad I brought my dupes because there's a little special
dupes.
there's a little something special
Brought my
that a lot of
dupes.
people don't really know about this album, and it's that it was originally released with this black like just a generic jewel case thing. But I'm not going to show this on camera because I don't know how appropriate it is.
Yeah. What's up?
But if you take it out, there's a little hidden thing, and it's a cow. Let's say, right?
Oh God.
Yeah.
I want to see.
Yeah. Y'all can look at it. Don't
we-
describe it.
Yeah, we can't describe it on here.
Not
but,
this show, but
But yeah, they hid that. They hid that in the back of the cover to where you can only see it if you pop the top off of it. So
I see.
yeah.
that's fun.
So that's pretty good. That's the little special gimmick they did with Undertow that I completely forgot about because it's really easy to forget.
yeah, it's good, ain't it?
Right? Just look up like
Just look up toe
Undertow.
Tool, Undertow. Hey, careful,
Yeah.
something fell.
Sorry, man.
You're good.
Someone
on.
decided to whisper right next to the microphone.
I didn't know it was right there.
All right. So
It's been right there.
the next
Okay,
one
next
is
art.
the next one
This will be
is
our last thing.
Anima, which had a very
Jake.
it's been broken. Don't worry. It has this little this screen right here.
Yeah.
And what you do is you just move this around on pages and it animates them.
That's
wild.
intriguing.
That's like
If I
the
hold that up to the
yeah, sure. Open it and do like. Actually, wait. Be careful before you do, because there is some like pretty obscene stuff in there. Tool's not the most.
They're not the most PC.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah, but they're great. They're phenomenal. I actually still have a song off of that album specifically as my ringtone.
Oh, that's a naked dude.
Exactly. But yeah, you just move that around and it animates them. So
Something tells me the front cover would be the safest.
the front cover is definitely the safest.
Yeah, just a bunch of eyeballs.
Yeah.
I think that's. Hang on, it's directional. Here we go. Okay. Let me get this up so I can keep going, Jake. Let me just.
All right. I don't really have much to say. The next one we have is Lateralis, which is kind of cool. It has this like cool little like transparent slide out like slipcase, which most slipcases for CDs slip out like horizontally. This one is unique and it slips out vertically. And that's not the unique part. The unique part is when you take this out.
That looks interesting.
This is like multiple different. Good.
We're dropping
that one
things.
too.
We are dropping things. That's fine though. It's all good.
Let's slow it down.
I will slow it
Let's
down.
piece it back together.
So like it's every layer of like a person. So you have this, which is like weird magnetic waves, and then it goes to like the nervous system and the circulatory system, and then you add another layer onto it, and it's like the brains or like the muscles, and then you add like
a lot of
the skeleton.
a lot of astral stuff on there.
Oh,
as
absolutely.
well.
This one's a very like astral album, and then like more muscle, and then like this kind of design on there.
Eyes, a lot of chakra symbols.
Yes, this is a very this band is very influenced by drugs. But this one is pretty cool. And this is, in my opinion, where they get really cool. And I don't think there's a real way for.
Which album is this?
This is 10,000 Days, released in 2006, I believe. This one is going to be impossible to show off on there, but
That's
how
fine.
it works is it's like a.
Maybe it'll get someone to
Maybe buy it
buy
and
it.
support the band, yeah. But it works like this.
Yeah.
And you see the goggles.
'Kay.
You look through there at a certain like angle,
Yeah.
and this comes off as like a 3D image.
Mind if I?
Can try if you want, yeah.
All right. I'm gonna test it for y'all audience. Oh, geez, there's the actual like thing there. Okay.
It does take like a little bit of effort to like look through, but I think you'll be able to figure it out.
Ooh, I'm like focusing incorrectly here. Okay. Oh, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's like that on every page where there's like two images. It
All right.
makes it like a 3D image.
Yeah, my eyes.
There's
are focused.
pictures of the band. There's pictures of like Alex Gray artwork. Which,
Ooh, this is cool.
right? Isn't that cool?
It has layers to it.
Yeah.
Like there is a foreground, a midground, a background.
It's such like it's so cool. It's like so
I recommend y'all looking through this one just to see those layers.
like it's something else.
Just heads up, it'll take your eyes to adjust a moment.
Yeah, it's a
Go ahead, Jake.
difficult one. But the next one and the last one, the one
The big one.
the one they released recently,
Fear Inoculum.
not
yes.
not the best album they've done. I will say it's
Well,
definitely a cut below.
We had
but
talked that it would never live up to the hype.
there's no
right?
way this could live up to the hype. But even then, it's still kind of below average.
Did it click, Avery? Did it click? The like focus? You good?
Didn't work. Oh, I worked all summer using a microscope, so this kind of thing doesn't bother me at
Oh, okay.
all.
No, I was just asking. Do you like? Does the layers happen? Is it cool looking?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
But the last one, where I think they peaked with their like artwork,
Right.
is the Fear Inoculum. Which if you don't,
The eyeball donuts.
yeah, like look at how like it's slightly bigger than this. This is like standard jewel case.
Yes.
It's
It's big.
yeah, it's huge. It's thick.
Okay. When this came in, I had assumed that Jake had bought like steel case collector's edition of The Witcher 3
Yeah,
to work.
it's like
And really, he'd bought an album, and so I was immediately blown away here.
yeah, and then like you open it up, you have all this beautiful artwork. It feels heavy, and it has this video screen that like has
You
sound.
cool playing that?
Huh? Yes.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything like super obscene in here.
I'll just
But,
look at it real quick.
But yeah, it's like as soon as you open it, it automatically starts playing. There's a pause button and like a play button, and it like
And it just goes.
it makes sound and it just loops and loops and loops.
Yeah.
And it's not even like
Let's
sounds
put
that I don't
put
think
up
the
to the
sounds
mic.
appear on the album, at least not on the physical version. But it's just weird ambient noise as these two like the two things on like the two people on the like the folds
Yeah, on the
kind of
left
just
and right.
fly through like
Yeah.
the eyeball spirals. You know?
Yeah. I'm so interested why there's so many eyeball spirals too.
DMT.
I see. And it like stops immediately when you close it.
Yeah, like, and it also comes with like a charger. So like if it runs out of battery, you can just charge
Yeah,
it.
sick. And we could probably put Doom on this.
Yeah, we could probably. I won't be surprised if you could put Doom on this. Probably have to put in a computer chip somewhere.
I was
in
just
it,
recently talking to my buddy about how you could put Doom on everything.
it's how you can confirm if your hardware's worth. But yeah, it comes with like charging cable.
Nice.
It's not long, but it plugs into it and you can
for uploading Doom.
charge it. Yeah, for uploading Doom.
Cole, I recommend the Wizard page if you can find it.
There's a lot of pages that could be interpreted as the wizard page.
I liked the one with the skull and the fetus inside of it.
That's a cool
Oh,
one.
yeah.
That
I
one's
liked
really cool.
the painting with the like reflection in the painting and like the woman in the window.
Yeah? Nice. That Wizard one just gave me like depth. I
Yeah,
was
like-
you can't do that in a normal picture.
I thought the falconer behind the
That's my
curtains had
favorite. That one
real,
is
real
that
depth.
I forgot which member of the band that is because it's all like the members of the band
Yeah.
who are like doing poses. It's that one, and I think
the one that
Maynard's
has
is
like
really
the
cool.
the white sprite flying through just
Yeah.
like broke my reality.
It's so cool, isn't it?
Because like you're not allowed to do that in normal flash photography.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever they did there with their technique, love that.
Genius. Yeah.
So we're going to be looking at this artwork for the next couple days. As I said, we recommend that y'all go ahead and get some movies in you, stuff going on. Y'all got anything y'all want to talk about on the ending of the show? Because we've hit a time limit here.
We can talk about what I told you earlier in the next one.
All right.
So we're
Well,
good.
I'm just gonna keep pushing this slider up and move on to the ending of the show.
Thanks for listening, y'all.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Please, every day,
Yeah.
tune in. Even when we're not
genu-
airing, just rewatch.
Yeah, just keep watching the podcast over and over. Just look at the bar move forwards. As always, everyone, you've been joined by your guest. We've had Avery,
Hi. Bye.
Parker,
Good night.
Cole,
Good night, guys.
Jake,
Stay fresh.
and myself. This has been your episode of Cruisin the Planet, where you can find something to do in and around Stephenville every week. If you've enjoyed the show, don't forget to recommend us to your friends. If you want to find more things made up by us, follow the links in the description. And if you have any questions or suggestions, ask them in the comments or on Twitter with the hashtag #CruisinQuestion, and we may respond. We hope you've had a very enjoyable, lengthy episode about a lot of topics. We will possibly see y'all next week with spring break. We're working it all out, but we will catch you all later.